going to get much better.
It'll be great. It's going to get much better, right? Let's go back to yesterday morning when it was not so good. Western Oklahoma. This is out near Hinton, out near Hydro. Not that far west of Oklahoma City. We were just barely above freezing yesterday in Oklahoma City when we had the rain falling just west. And Val was telling us when he shot the video here, he was at elevation about 1,600 feet above sea level here in Oklahoma City, right about 1,250. So you had to get a little bit higher up in the sky to get at that freezing level at just over 1,600 feet up. So that'll put you back into western Oklahoma. So either way, ice. Yesterday, we had some roads that were slick with ice in the northwest up near Marty Logan yesterday morning as well. Okay, this coming up this weekend. Don't forget, daylight saving time. It ends Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So I know, back at it. Means it gets dark like, I don't know, what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess. All right, here in Oklahoma City, downtown looks good, nice and quiet, 35 degrees. It is cold, dew point of 26. We'll dry it a little bit more. And then tomorrow morning, not a crazy hard freeze, but we're going to have another freeze. We had our first one this morning. Tomorrow will be just a little bit colder, and then quite a bit colder for your Wednesday morning. Anyway, hang on. More on that coming up. We're doing fine, though. We will see again. Clear skies overnight tonight, so temperatures holding in the upper 20s and low 30s. It's already 29 in Stillwater, 28 in Woodward, 26 out in Guyman. Look at the 20s already showing up here on the map, even into northeastern and northern and western Oklahoma. So it's already cold. The winds are light, and right now the winds are just about all gone. It's a light south breeze in the west, so that'll keep you folks in the northwest from completely bottoming out tonight, but still, you're going to have another good freeze and wind chills right now in the 20s and 30s. Okay, so right now, the Arctic air went all the way to Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico, okay? Our next cold shot is now into Nebraska, almost about ready to move into northern Kansas. That'll come into far northern Oklahoma late tonight, come into Oklahoma City about 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. Winds will blow behind this front tomorrow morning. It will be windy in the morning behind that next shot of Canadian / a little bit of Arctic air. And that is all tied to this Alberta Clipper now coming out of Canada, sliding into the Great Lakes, and our cold front is tied to that. And that is bringing the cold air south with the jet coming in from the north. And yes, there is snow tonight in Minneapolis. How about that? No snow for us. We're not going to get any clouds out of this thing. All right, lows tonight, mid to upper 20s. So not a crazy hard freeze, but a pretty solid freeze, okay? Upper 20s out there, 28 in Shawnee. For the rest of us tonight, a hard freeze in the north, 25 in Ponca City, 24 in Woodward, 28 in Altus. There's a front very late tonight with a breezy north wind behind it, but when the sun comes up, the air will mix up, we'll crank up the wind behind that front. It'll be windy in the morning for sure, but a freeze statewide. Hard freeze tonight in the north and northwest where you see the blue on that map. Elsewhere, again, a freeze. And then for tomorrow, here are your highs. Low to mid 40s, some low 50s down south, 44 for a high tomorrow in Oklahoma City. Again, today we were 46, so tomorrow will actually be colder than today. But tomorrow evening, it's windy all afternoon, then about 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, the winds come down, temperatures near 40, and by 7 o'clock for the trick-or-treaters, upper 30s, wind chills, mid 30s, so not much wind early tomorrow evening. And then the coldest morning, Wednesday morning, lows in the mid 20s, a hard freeze. Low to mid-20s, coldest in the north, but a hard killing freeze for everybody on Wednesday. And that's just the way it is. The growing season will end. We get back to the 50s on Thursday, 60s Thursday, Friday. There are the 70s for the weekend and cool fronts ahead for next week. But right now, the next 9 days, hey, it looks dry for Oklahoma. Carl, back to you.
Take it. All right, David, thank you. The OKC Thunder welcome a familiar face tonight. Dean Blevins and Steve McGehee with highlights coming up after the break.